Hey, what's going on, everybody? Eat all the birds. We're going to make you my favorite chili recipe today. Now, this is chili for everybody. Not too spicy. It doesn't have the classic everything beside the kitchen sink kind of ingredient list. It's very simple. It's delicious. It tastes like chili. So you can use this as a base recipe and go nuts with it, or you can eat it just like it is. I do suggest that you try it just like it is and then add if you want to add. So here's what we do. A large heavy bottom skillet. It's on medium heat. Throw in a couple of tablespoons, maybe a tablespoon of olive oil. All right, then I'm going with 1.5 pounds of 85% lean ground beef. I'm going to fry this up. I like mine kind of chunky, so I don't chop it up real fine. All right, at this point, very important, no seasoning. I'm going to get this brown the way I like it, fully cooked, no seasoning at all. I'll be back in a couple of minutes when that's done. All right, now after that initial blast of the liquid in that meat hitting that hot pan, it does settle down. It's some liquid starts to come out, but like I said, no seasoning at this point, just the meat, a little bit of olive oil. Cook it until it's done. Don't cook it to death, but cook it just until it's done. I'll bring you back at that point. I'll show you what I do to kind of get the grease off of it, and then we'll start the seasoning. Be right back. Alright, so it's only been a couple of minutes. The meat is pretty much cooked. All the pink and red are gone. It's looking nice and brown. So here's what I do. Now, like I said, if you want different ingredients in this, that's fine. This is really just showing you the method I use to make this chili, and it turns out fantastic. Now, I'm going to use a slow cooker or crock pot. You can do this all in a Dutch oven on your stovetop or outside like I usually do, but this is how I make it for the family, inside for our normal life, and it turns out fantastic. Everybody loves it. So, alright, the meat's done. Still got all the grease in it. Here's what I do. No seasoning at all. About a cup of water. This will not ruin it. Cup and a half of water. You throw that in there and you let it come up to a boil. Just like a fast simmer. I'll bring you back when that does it. Alright, that took about a minute. It's bubbling away. Now what I do is I just put the lid on it like this, and I hold it tight, and I use that to tip the grease out. And that gets 95% of the grease off this meat. I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back, and we'll start seasoning it up. Okay, I've tipped the water away, and with it went almost all of the grease. There's just a little bit left, and I need that little bit. That's going to cook one large white onion. Now, I love garlic, but there is no raw garlic in this recipe. It's just better without it. I don't know why. All right, so that's going to cook in there for about 5 to 8 minutes, but I'm going to season it now. All right. This is 1 tablespoon of Cajun seasoning. I buy this in bulk at my local Winco. If you don't have it like that, you can use Tony Chachere's. That's a good one. If you do use Chachere's, though, back off on your salt because it's already got it in it. Then I've got 2 tablespoons of chili powder. Like I said, this is chili for everybody, so you gotta be careful with this one. I'm gonna go 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Half a teaspoon of cumin. Teaspoon of Lawry's seasoned salt. Black pepper, maybe a half a teaspoon of onion powder, half teaspoon of garlic powder, not onion salt and garlic salt, that's powder, just pure onion and garlic dehydrated and pulverized. maybe a 1/4 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Very nice. Okay, stir this all together. Cook it until the onions are soft. Then I'll bring you back. We're going to dump it in the slow cooker and add the rest of the ingredients. See you in a minute. All right, this will wrap up this stage. Now, while this finished up, I did take the time to tweak my seasoning, and so should you. Get it just the way you like it. But you got to understand, this is the point where you want to get your seasoning right. The Cajun seasoning, the cumin, the chili powder, that's all oil soluble. So once you put it in the slow cooker and add your fluids, you can put as much of that in there as you want. The flavor's really not going to be deep, and it's not going to be the way you want it. So now's the time to do it. I won't be adding any more seasoning for the rest of the process. Now, another thing is, if you didn't want to make chili, you can take what I just made, throw it in a taco shell or throw it in a tortilla, and you would be very happy with it. It'd be just right for tacos. So let me get cleaned up and situated. I'll see you at the slow cooker in just a minute. All right, everybody, it's about to get a lot easier. All right, so I take my mixture. I throw it right in the crock pot. Now, like I said, you can do the whole thing in a Dutch oven. Makes it a little tougher to get the grease off the meat, but it can be done. I've done it. This is the way I like to do it before I head out the door for work, and then I've got an awesome dinner just waiting for me. All right, meat, onions, and seasoning are in. All right, 1 15-ounce can of just plain tomato sauce. 15-ounce can of pinto beans. I leave the liquid on these because I think it tastes good. 15-ounce can of dark red kidney beans. I drain the liquid off this because I don't like it. One 4-ounce can of mild diced green chilies. I give that a stir. That's a little bit different every time, the consistency anyway. I can tell by doing it so many times in the past. That's going to need at least a cup of water. I use filtered water. There goes 1 cup. I'm going to get it just a little bit looser than I'd like it, because I'm going to let this go in a slow cooker. I usually average about, depending on if my wife's going to be home or not, I like 6 hours. 8, even 10 hours is not going to hurt, but you got to adjust the water accordingly. All right, that's going to need 1.5 cups. I shouldn't have to add anything to it. All I got to do now is let it go. This is going to be on low heat. Like I said, today it's the weekend, so I'm home. I'm going to let it sit for 6 hours. We're going to have it for dinner. We're going to make a little cornbread. I like mine with saltine crackers, though. A little cheese on top, maybe a little diced red onion. It's going to be awesome. If you can remember, stir it every 2 hours or so. Other than that, it just sits there. We'll see you guys soon. All right, everybody, it's almost time to eat. It's been cooking all day, like 7 hours total. Smells real good. Makes the whole house smell good. You can see that trick with the water that I did in the beginning, that really keeps it from being greasy. Consistency is pretty much perfect. Sometimes it's a little soupier than others. It's all up to what you did in the beginning. Lots of different things you can do with it. My wife made a little cornbread. I like mine with crackers. You can put a little chopped up raw onion on it, which is usually nice. I do a little cheese on mine. Just a little. That's it. You guys, I hope you try it. I know you're going to like it. If you do try it, let me know, or a video response would be even better. You guys enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one.